case, if we start later. So we'll have quite a few points to cover. Okay, we'll start off. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon to all the students here. Thank you for joining, and thank you very much, Vidya ma'am, for organizing this webinar for us and for finding a resource person of Ashish sir. And thank you, Ashish sir, very much for your time. In spite of your busy schedule, you have made some time for our students at Jade University. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Students, I would like to introduce you to Ashish sir. Now he has been working in the industry for motion in the field of motion graphics for a pretty long time, and he's been working for companies as well as he's been doing a lot of freelancing work too. Now, I hope you all know the importance of motion graphics. Now we already had this. Now I can see the students are mostly from the fourth semester, and we have covered a substantial portion of motion graphics within our syllabus of After Effects, though it was just one module. So obviously it was not comprehensive enough. So because of that, we have organized a separate industry immersion whereby we have Ashish sir with us, who's going to teach you how motion graphics can be done even with the use of different plugins. And that's what our entire the webinar has been named as Motion Graphics with After Effects plugins. Right, so you will get an insight into how we are using the third-party plugins and to create those beautiful motion graphics that you see. Now, motion graphics is something that is there in almost everything that you see in today, whether it is advertisements, whether it is like some titling, or whether it's motion posters. It's all over the place, and I think a few of you also tried your hands on that. So I hope the session is going to be really helpful to you in terms of your career, and in case some people are looking towards taking this up as their future career option. Okay, so basically Ashish sir would be dealing with these few agendas. I'll just tell you what all would be the topics that he'll be covering. So he'll be covering Element 3D basics. Okay, so you guys have been always very excited about, ma'am, how do we bring in 3D? How do we bring in 3D? So yes, we as we had mentioned in class that we have a plugin called Element 3D wherein you can do a lot of texturing and bringing in the model and all into After Effects. So we have Element 3D basics that we're going to teach you today. We're going to go through the tools and the plugins which Ashish sir, according to him, he feels that he wished he knew this earlier. So that you don't miss that opportunity, he's going to give you some very, very quick tips and tools which you can use in your while making motion graphic videos for your while as a career option, or when you're doing some professional work. How many videos? How to make everyday videos within the minimum time. So motion graphics something that the deliverable times would be very quick. So how you can make it as quickly as possible, and where on you should look in for references or inspiration. See, I always say look into references, right? Observation, looking to, before you just jump into a work, you need to do a lot of R&D. Even we've been having the research cell telling you do some research work, do some but then where do you get those inspirations from, where to look at. So we'll be covering that also, as well as Illustrator to After Effects. Now I'm sure all of you are aware of Illustrator. You've done graphic designing, so in the previous semesters you are aware of Illustrator. So how do you bring in Illustrator work to After Effects, and how it makes the After Effects works even more easier. All right, so I'm not going to take up more time, because if I start, I keep jabbering. So I don't want to bore you guys. You have somebody else who's there to speak about his industry experiences and take you through this entire journey for another 1.5 hours today. So on to you, Ashish sir.
Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm really glad to help to share my experience to all the students so that they can learn something today, I hope.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
And the students, one more thing I would like to add in is that Ashish sir also would like to see some of your works. So if Amisha is there, or if Amisha is there, we have Zafar also, Suprita, Darshan and all. If you have some of your works, I cannot see Surya still in here. So of some of your works, if you could share with Ashish sir, whenever he asks for it, don't like jump into it. So whenever he asks for it, please share your works and be responsive, guys. This is something that we are doing for your careers. Please answer to whatever he is asking for at any point of time. All right. So all the best and enjoy the workshop. On to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm gonna share my screen now.
Yes, sir.
Share screen one. So I hope, is it visible? Yeah, it's visible. Okay, cool. So yeah, Element 3D, we all know about this plugin, and you can do pretty much most of the 3D stuff into the After Effects without going to the other software such as 3D Max, Maya, Blender. So uh, this is the product page. So we don't have much of we don't have much of time to go into the deep, but I'll teach you everything in the basics so that you can start off today itself. Yeah. So today what we're gonna see in the After Effects, that we're gonna make something like this.
Oh,
Yeah. It's pretty easy and pretty smooth, small pack shot, which is created entirely in After Effects. I'll also share all the project files with you so that you can later on dig into it. So first of all, to start with Element 3D, all you need to do is create a new
sorry.
comp into the After Effects. Right?
Dan and news.
I hearing someone.
Vinay, any
Oh,
issues? No, I think that was just.
yeah. Yeah. So you create a new comp and then you create a new solid. Uh, you can name it element. And then this is a cool plugin, FX Console. It is also made by the guys who made the Element 3D. It's called FX Console. So I'll be sharing all the links to it so that you guys can later download it. And also it is free, so you can download it for free to just boost up your workflow into the After Effects. So yeah, here it is, the first plugin to make your life easier. So when you press Control and space, this console pops up, and you can search any effect here, whatever you like to apply. So today we want to apply element. So this is the effect, and when you apply the effect into the effect console, you will see this effect is applied and a transparent uh, background is visible. So to create a scene, you need to go to the scene setup, and it will open a pop-up showing the Element 3D UI. So this is the UI. This will be the scene where the objects will be. Here you can edit the texture and all, and here you can browse. If only I can move this. Okay, yeah. So yeah, these are the objects which comes with this Element 3D, just to test things and all. So today we're gonna take this watch. I'll also show you how to change the textures and all of the objects that you break in, so it will be easier for you to work in the near future. So to import, you need to click import, and this is the environment. You can change the environment here so that it also changes the lights and all of the model, and also you can edit the lightness and brightness and all. So left click and drag will orient the camera around the object. Middle mouse click will pan around the viewport. So this is the object. Whenever you import an object into the Element 3D, you will see in the scene that the object is here and how many parts are into it. You cannot define a particular like particular parts of an object with the object itself. You will need to define the different material parameters, such as in let's take an example. If I'm in Blender or 3ds Max, so if I want to uh, define the objects of an define different parts of an object into the Element 3D. So what I'll need to do, I'll need to apply different materials to the object, to the same object, so that whenever we bring an object to the element 3D, it bifurcates all the objects parts that we have applied to. So this is the first object inside. This is the second, the glass, and this is the rim. So the material is already applied. And down here, you can see all the material parameters. This is diffuse. They have used the diffused map. This is the glossiness. This is the reflectiveness. And this is the normal. And again, there are parameters that you can play with. Definitely, if we don't need to go too deep into that. And also, if you need to make the wireframe, you show the wireframe into the After Effects viewport. In maybe you will need it in some of your projects. Then you can also show it. And this is subsurface scattering. If you want to show the skin type of material, similar to this. So the light passes through the thinnest layer of the object. Yeah. So these are the materials. So whenever you have finalized the object, you can also show the background in the viewport. You can change the lighting. Let's take the stylized one. From here, you can change it, like what info you can show, bounding box, grade and all. Show AO, ambient occlusion. The main game to get the realistic render in the element 3D is to turn on the ambient occlusion, which is the option you enable in the end whenever you want to render. So I'll show you that also. And yeah, whenever you're done, you just press OK. And here comes the object into the viewport. So to control, there are two options. One is friendly one, and one is very advanced one. So whenever when I started first, what I used to do to animate an object, I used to like animate the object from these properties, which is really, it can really bother you sometimes. Like in particle look, I used to scale it up and then go this and that. Instead, what you can do, yeah, you can create a null here, create a group null and create a null. Now, all you need to do is to control the null, and then you can animate the object easily, and all the parameters will remain the same. So this is the second hardest method. Now the third and easiest method is to create a camera here, 50 millimeters. Enable depth of field. Press OK. Now take the camera tool. Now whenever you left click and drag, you orbit around. Change the resolution. You orbit around. Whenever you middle mouse click and pan, this is panning, and right click and this is zoom in. And we have the depth of field on, so we need to change the focal point to the camera. To do that, you can go to either left or front and change the camera focus distance, decrease it, and bring it to the active camera. Yeah, it's more like it. Again, camera tool, pan. So you have created a frame over here. Yeah. Now let's turn off the depth of field for now so that we can see what's going on. So we will create 5 seconds of animation. So we will trim the comp to 5 seconds. Yeah, and now we will animate the camera properties, which you can do here. So we want this to be the final location, final position of the camera. So what you have to go to the transform and go to the position. We are not changing the point of interest, we are just changing the position, and then you can bring it down, also pan down. Or you can do also some sort of things and right. Let me see what I have done here. Yeah. So just rotate it up. Something like this. You can play around with all sort of camera position and all, and create some cool results, such as you can pan around here and then let it come. Oh, to come to you, some sort of things and all, like jumping and all. It's all game of trial and error.
Sir, I'll just interrupt you for just a moment. Guys,
Yes.
sir is showing you all whatever. Please raise your doubts or your concerns, please. I cannot see anyone interacting also, or it's just like a one-sided communication that is happening. I mean, there isn't any communication actually. Yeah. So, guys, can you hear me? Can you hear what sir is showing you? Can you see what sir is showing you? Can I get some responses, please? Aarti, Atru, Adam, somebody, some response, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you following till now? Have you followed whatever sir has shown you till now?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So at the
Ma'am.
end of the session, sir is going to take a quiz. He's going to ask you some random questions. You'll have to answer it. Only then I'll know how many of you have actually followed the session. Later on, don't come to me to say, ma'am, show me how does my element 3D work. I'm not going to show you. Yes? Agreed, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Yes,
Great.
ma'am.
Okay, sir. So I have some students who are on. All right. You can go ahead.
Cool. I just hope it's not that boring that everybody's feeling sleepy.
No, na? Students? Not so boring, na?
No, ma'am.
No.
It's just
No,
the
no.
first time we are seeing this, so that's why we don't know what to ask.
All right, no problem. But like at any point of time, if you think that you've missed out something and you're not being able to follow, so you stop sir there only. Okay, you say, sir, can you just go back a little bit later, sir? So because he will not understand. Now this is not a live session, so he will not understand that what is the pace that you are understanding or not. So stop him. He'll go back and explain. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like be interactive, be like present in the class. ऐसे मत करो कि okay, this is just a workshop. We've had lunch now and we are feeling very sleepy. Please don't do that. Even we've had lunch. Some of us have not even had lunch. So, but we are still up for this workshop. It's a one-time opportunity you're getting. Please utilize it. Okay? Chalo,
Sure.
all the best. Yeah, good, great.
Right. And also, if you think that I'm going too fast, so you can just tell me. I'll
Yes,
go
please
slowly.
tell sir, because he will not understand. No, so please tell him. Okay? Any place you want any extra inputs also, sir? Can you just show us some more properties or something? Please feel free to interact. Okay? Chaliye, okay, sir. You can carry on.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
If you can just show us how to import the watch again, because I didn't attend from starting.
Sure. So yeah, let me see if I can show you importing like a totally new object so that you can get a better idea.
Yeah.
This is the smallest iPhone. Just be patient so that I can see that I've just downloaded it
So
just to show you.
one more thing.
Yeah,
Where is
yeah,
the scene setup, sir? Where did you click in the
yeah.
uh,
This
effect?
thing. Yeah.
That
So
element.
yeah. So whenever you create a new comp, to get the element 3D working running, you have to create a solid
Uh,
and then apply the element 3D effect, which is always here. If I cannot say it, then I'm blind. Element 3D. Oh, Video Copilot. It is in Video Copilot. Wait. Okay, Video Copilot element. So you just have to click it and then the effect will be applied. Then you have to go to the scene setup. So whatever plugins you will have from the Video Copilot, they will be shown over here. Like I have others like heat distortion and optical flare. So you click on
is it a
element and then
default
this
place, sir, in the effects?
default place.
Like,
No, Raj. This is something that you will have to install the plugin. You have to
no,
download
no,
the
no.
plugin.
After installing, I'm talking about.
Yeah, after installing, this is the place where you will find the element 3D
That's
into
what
the
I'm asking. Yeah.
into the effect. Like in the beginning, I have showed you the effects console, so you can just simply apply any effect to it, like fill, and key light or anything similar to that. Like you apply fill and turn off the element. So effects console is also free from Video Copilot, so you can download it, which will definitely boost your productive workflow whenever you're working in the industry. Instead of going into the effects and then going to each and every category and finding such things, you can just simply do control and control plus spacebar. So you'll find it. So go to the scene setup and the element 3D pop-up will show. So go to the import and you have to import either OBJ, E3D element 3D file, which is you can save from here as well, and also the Cinema 4D. So Cinema 4D and After Effects are like brothers and sisters, so they work together very well. So you have to import the OBJ file wherever you download it from, no matter where, from the online or you model something into the 3D software. So you have to export the .obj file to import it in the element 3D. Use auto normal, which most of the time there are certain scenario where the texture is not visible the way you want, and something like that. So just click this option and then you're good to go. And the force alignment, obviously model center. Sometimes you have to put the anchor point right bottom of the object. It depends on the scenario. So press OK. And just similarly to the 3ds Max, you can press W to get the move tool. You can press R for the rotate, and E for the rotate, and R to scale down the objects. So this is the iPhone that we have imported. So yeah, this is the iPhone, and to change the materials, this will be the object, and down here you will have to apply the different materials according to the material ID into the 3D software, which if we'll have time, I'll definitely show you into the 3DX Max so that we are mostly clear. So this is the front glass, and if we can find the screen, which is here. Yeah. So I'll also show you how to put your own screen or animated video into the 3D object screen. So just for now, let's play okay. And the material should show up here. It's not showing up. It's here. Let's go to the group. Let's make sure that it's in the same group. Yes, it is. You can change the groups from here. Particle look. Check again. Why it's not showing up? Let me solve this problem real quick. It's showing up here. Now let's import the iPhone. Let's put it to the group 2. Increase the size, press OK. Okay, cool. So we will disable the group 1 and then go to the group 2. As you can see that we have defined two different them into a different groups like 1 and 2. It will be useful whenever in scene you will need two different objects into the same scene, such as let's take example that we put the car body into the first group and car wheels into the second group, similar to this. Let's take the truck wheel so that we get the better idea. Yeah, put it into the third group. So that what will happen that sorry. So we'll go to group 3, and let's suppose that there is an imaginary body around the tires. So we want to simply rotate those tires instead of rotating the body. Let's take example of this iPhone. So as it's the body. Yeah. So you whenever in the previous one I've showed you that if we want to do the panning, so the you I just showed you the panning of camera, not the animating the objects. In here how would you animate an object. So whenever, so we know that we have put car tire into the group 3, as you can see here, just to check. Yeah, so if you want to animate it in a such way, so yeah, so you'll have to create an null, and which should be, and then null, and you will have to animate it along the axis so that it doesn't rotate like crazy. So the camera, yeah. So we will animate the null. We will give a simple expression. So are you guys aware of the expressions that we use into the After Effects?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is a simpler one. So that the car body in here, in this case, the hyphon remains the same, but the tire moves, and then you can pan around with the camera and create your shot accordingly and do the cinematics. Also, let's go to here and reset the camera properties and delete this null. Bring down the iPhone. Now let me bring a vertical video, so that I can show you how to replace the screen, which would be April app video 3. Let's bring it down. Yeah, always manage your files into the After Effects with the folders and all. Always rename them. So we'll bring it down here, and we will hide it for now. Then we go to the solid where we have applied the element 3D effect, and then we will go to the custom layers, and custom texture maps, and layer 1. We will select the get image video, and now when we go inside the scene setup, we can apply this video as an texture into an object. So we'll go to iPhone, screen, we'll find the screen. First we'll need to hide the glass. Let's apply the glass material to the glass. So the reflectivity will intensity refraction, and give it around 2%. And yeah, we'll go to the screen, which is here, just to check. We will change the color. Yeah, this is the screen, and then we will go to this option here, and on the diffuse we will select custom layer 1. Now we will give it a white color, and then whatever video you have playing down here will be shown in the object. So yeah, let me just pan it around a bit. See, so that you can show, I mean, you can show anything. You can create a pre-comp and name it screen. And then you can go into the pre-comp and create new solid, something like that. And then do all of this. So this is the second plugin that I will tell you, but I'm just doing it really quickly so that you can understand. You can do something like that. Yeah. So yeah. So you got the point how to import and change the screen, everyone? Hello.
Guys, please respond to what says.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have in between. I have to check if I'm still connected or my internet is gone. It's that silent. Cool. So we will come back to this watch. Now we will this also now the next part is to get the realistic result is to add lighting. So most of the time, whenever I'm doing pack shot or something like that, I always use the spotlight. So sorry, point light, which is just a simple point. And I like to do a 3 light setup, which is on the right side. I put the rim light of harsh color, something like this. Mostly depends on my background, but in here we will see generally what we can do. So yeah, it- just like your any other 3D software, you can change the view and you can select certain objects and then place them accordingly. Like from the front, we just want to put it way back so that it creates nice rim around our object. You can go inside it and change its intensity. And the next light we will just duplicate it and we will change it to white color. We want it up so that it can create nice reflections on the objects. Now in the last we will create an ambient light and we will bring down the intensity, sorry. To around 50. So like it's all your call, like you can put red color or whatever color into it. It goes to your imagination. So this is the basic setup that I do mostly. And yeah, so now we're here and we will now turn on the depth of field so that it creates a nice blur. Now also the camera focal point is changed. So again, we will go to the left view and bring up the focal point. We'll do to horizontal and we'll change to active camera so that we can see where the focus is. Yeah, also one tips and trick, whenever you want to like maximize the certain point of your After Effects window, so you can press the key which is above the tab and on the left side of number 1 so that you can maximize your viewport in case you have so many layers and you want to mess around with them. So you can press this there are so many chances that your whole project panel will be filled up with the files. I'll also show you those files that I have worked in the past. So yeah, I think our focal point is in the middle, correct? Yeah. We can put down the blurriness so that it's a bit. It should do it. Pressure. Here we go. Now we will again go to the one view. And here is our animation done. So anybody got any doubt till now? Okay, cool. So yeah, it's entirely dependent on you how you do certain things. Just a matter of your likeness. Also, just to smooth out the curve, we will select the keyframe and press F9 so that the curve is a bit smooth. Right. And just for the reference purpose, we will create a background. So it will work as a just plain layer unless you change your camera parameters. So we will simply give it a gradient ramp, change the color to something like this, just to see how it goes. Yeah. So now to render the final close to realistic results, you will need to go to the element 3D and go down below to the render settings. There are all these options which I don't think that if I'll start then I will be able to finish it in next 30 minutes or something like that. So I will suggest you to go to the video copilot if you want to learn the element 3D and After Effects 3D into the in deep. So there are tutorials which are also available on YouTube with the name of Video Copilot. So there are a lot of animated effects and like 3D, like it's created within the After Effects and all. So you can create this cool earth in the After Effects without any plugin. I have also watched this. So all of these things you can create using Element 3D. Yeah. So to get into the deep of this plugin, you can do that whenever you get time, because this is time when you will have time to watch the tutorials. Once you start working for somebody, you don't get time to watch tutorials. You just have to go whatever you have learned. So yeah, when we are into the render setting, the first option we see the physical environment. It is the environment that we have selected inside the scene setup as the primary lighting source. So you can do like how much influence the background should put on the object and all. like exposure, you can sorry, you can increase the exposure, and then you can rotate the environment, like to get the if you're aware what I'm talking about. Have you guys learned any of the 3D softwares yet?
Yes.
Guys, please respond. Jyoti Shubra, Aditya, Aarti, please respond. Raj, Suprita, Shivani, Zafar, please respond.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, please respond to what sir is asking you. Have you learned other 3D softwares? What are the 3D softwares that you've learned? Please inform him.
So Autodesk Maya we have learned, so 3D software.
Cool, yeah. So you must have learned about the physical environment map, like the HDRI you use to light up a scene. So it is similar to that. Yeah. So here you can influence you can see how much light you want into the scene from the HDRI that we have applied. Next is the lighting, whether to use the comp light that we have applied, all of these three, to use them or not. I like to put them so it puts like cherry on the cake. Shadow, you always enable the shadow, and to get the best results you have to select the setting, the ray traced, so that it gives you the perfect shadow, perfect looking shadow. You can put the samples to 4. It all depends on the quality and render. If you put like more than 16, it will take much time to render, but also it will give the more realistic results. Subsurface scattering, we don't need that because we are not using any skin type of or fruit type of materials, so we will disable it for now. Yeah, the ambient occlusion, as I said, it is the most essential part of the element 3D render setting that you have to use to get the best results. So you just have to enable it and use the ray traced one, so that suddenly it just gives you the night global illumination type of ambient occlusion look. You can also bring up the intensity. Or you can only decrease it. Sample is 4 for fine. Matte shadow, we haven't used any matte shadow for now. Reflections are all good. Now ray tracer, yeah, that's it. So to render this comp, if you want to get the transparent background, you just have to you don't have to put anything in the background. And if you see something like that, this means you have enabled the physical environment to show up in the render. So you just have to deselect it, and now you can render this thing by selecting the QuickTime or PNG sequence. So when you select QuickTime, you have to select the RGB alpha so that you can get the transparent background, and then you have to select the resolution, which we have already set to 1080, and then you have to just render it out. And when you render it out, you will get something like this as a render. So this is your 3D object rendered out. Now to composite it with the to present it into a manner so that it looks more attractive, you can either put some like funky background into it, so it looks cool. Also, when it is out of focus and background is in focus, so it doesn't look that good. So what you can do is give it a Gaussian blur, which you can find into the effects, blur and sharpen, Gaussian blur, and then you can click on the keyframe icon, and when you press U, you will find the whatever parameters you have applied a keyframe on. Where you press U into the keyboard, you will find it. So yeah, we will just increase the blurriness of the background, and when it comes to the final point, it goes down to 0. We will retouch, and again we will press F9 to get the smoother curve. So it becomes something like this. Also, if you want to increase the length of the footage, what you can do is right click on the render image. If you want it to, like when it pans around and then comes here, and then you want it to stay for a bit, and you can enable the time remapping and then increase the time, and it will stay like that. Good. So anyone have any question regarding Element 3D, or should I move to the next plugin?
Guys, have you understood how Element 3D works?
Yes, ma'am.
Where all you need to go in, where the properties are located? Is it clear? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody has any other queries? Anything that you've missed out or you would want sir to repeat? Anywhere? Yeah, somebody was saying something.
No, no doubt.
No. All right. Okay, sir. In that case, you can proceed further, sir.
Cool. Yeah. So the next part I haven't prepared like something in advance, so that you guys can know that how easy it is to nowadays to create a motion graphic or a moving poster or something like that. Today we're gonna do something live. So for that, I will suggest you to download this software, this plugin, which is called Animation Composer 3. This is the third version of them. So what this let me create a new comp.
Sir, I just had one query on this. Are these plugins free, sir? Can they all download it?
This Animation Composer is free. This Element 3D is paid, and this FX console is free. So the Element
Alright.
3D is paid.
Alright.
Yeah.
So is there any student version wherein probably they could just use it for the time being to just check out how it works, and then probably later on, if they are into it, then they could purchase it?
I don't think that any of your student would purchase it, because there are many other ways to,
Yeah, got it. I
yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Fine. Great. So
We are
Animation
yeah
Composer is free, guys. So you can might as well go to the website and download that and install it. And Element 3D you'll have to look up. All right,
yeah
all right. You can go ahead. Yes.
yeah. So since I got the animation composer into my life, the work that used to take me around half an hour is taking only few minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes to be done. So in this, I'll show you the live one, but this is simply you can watch the trailer and all. You can create all of those simple things with just simple one click. It's like cheating, cheating in the terms of motion graphics, but now, who would create something like this from scratch if they can do it with one simple click?
Exactly,
Those
sir.
times,
As we already say, compositors are compo cheaters. So as much and as long as you can cheat your audience in the least amount of time is the best compositors you can be. So yes, guys, this is a
right?
very good place from where these are the insights which you get from industry people, and they'll tell you exactly what are the places where you can get the easiest stuff, easily available and quickly done. Right. So go ahead,
Yeah,
sir. Yeah.
yeah. So whenever you get into the industry, you will be never asked to do something from scratch. You can either do it with plugin, you can steal somebody else's work, you can download free as all the end user or the end client wants to get this thing done by the timeline. This is the simple rule. You don't need to learn to, I mean, it's good to know things from the scratch, but if you have plugins, then you can also put your mind into something else and then create other things instead of just doing one thing at a time. So this is the animation composer. Uh, so there are uh, different presets. Like there are these categories like preset, precomp, sound, and user files, user libraries. So in the preset, what you will see, you will mainly see the animation of like 2D layers and text. So I will show you the example why it's not showing up here. It's there must be a problem. Uh, hold on. Yeah. So we all are a bit aware about this website, right? FreePic. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's good to know the shortcuts. So let's find something like this is good. These are good. This looks bit off. Come on, everyone, suggest me what we can search to animate. Some scenic background. This yeah, let's take these. Cool. Now character. We will restart the After Effects. By the way, I'm using 2 screens, so okay. What character we should animate? Cool. So this is the animation composer. Just move. Okay. Yeah. So let's take an example that one designer has created this drawing and they want to put this on their website and they want it as an animated GIF or a video. So what you will need to do is to first prepare this file in a manner so that it works in the After Effects. Like if you directly take this file into the After Effects, all of this object will be in same layer as it is shown here. The good thing about the Adobe software is that everything is like all of these softwares are interconnected. So the files you have exported into the Premiere Pro will work even after you have made some changes into the After Effects. So they will instantly reflect into the Premiere Pro, similar to AI. If you have like, I will show you that if you change few colors over here into the AI file and you have already exported that file imported that file into the After Effects, so the color will be refreshed, like change instantly. So this is good thing about the Adobe softwares. Even it goes with the Photoshop. So yeah, so we will create this file to animate into the After Effects. So we will just ungroup this one. This guy is different, so we will cut it and then paste it in a new layer, and then we will name it the right boy. She will be right girl, like on the right side. Girl. Now we need to bring the table to the front. Table. Laptop, and this is the other chair which can remain behind. Chair. Can create, rename this as a ground. Can do that as a bubble. And what are other things? Let's increase it and then we'll put something over there. Let's also change this clock position. So we'll put speech bubble near the girl. So speaking it. Speech bubble. This is whiteboard. Whiteboard. And then this is clock. Clock. So now when we save, you need to select the AI file format and then background, simply name the things. So we have created an AI files with the different layers. So now I will show you whenever you drag and drop this thing into the project panel, you will see, you will get this option. So you have to select the composition. If you select the footage, the single layer will come, or in future you have made some mistake and you want to bring like if I want to bring only this left girl here, so you can choose layers and bring the left girl, so the only left girl layer will be selected. So for now we want to do the composition where the all layers that we have created here will be in the respective layer manner. So we will select the layer size or document size. So we will select the layer size. Now layer sizes means this layer will remain to this size. Instead, if you select the document size, this layer will, its bounding box will be of the composition size. So we'll select the layer size. It just makes life a bit easier to animate whenever we have the cropped bounding box. So yeah, so this composition is created. Now what you can do, if you go in, so you will see all the layers that we have created here are now here. So you can either start animating over here, but as we have already created this comp here, so I will copy and paste them. Now this is also a problem here. Now as the size of this composition was larger than we have originally created, so it's very easy to resize them. Instead of resizing all of them, doing all those things, it's very simple. Just select a new null, put it anywhere else. Now select all the layers and parent it to the null. Simple. Now when you scale down the null, everything else will be scaled down to its proportion, to its position, to whatever composition we have created. So yeah, we can put it down here, and now simply just delete the null. Everything will be good to go. Also it goes vice versa. If you want to scale up things, instead of doing one thing, you can do thing other way around. Yeah. So let's just think that how we want to animate this scene. So first we would like to animate the let's say right guy. So there are a few options here. So few styles here to animate this guy or any 2D layer. So you can bring him like this. So there is also a bit of thinking goes, because no one will pop up like pop in the scene from a thin air. You have to like grow them from the ground, or just like if it's stable, it's okay if it drops from the top, but this guy can drop from the top. So there are few simple basic ideas or rules that you have to think of. Also with this animation composer, you will see these three plugins. Move it side. Yeah. So you will see anchor point, keyframe wingman, and transition shifter. So anchor point is very helpful. For now, if I want to like give this effect, which is scale. So if I apply it in the inside, like this is if I want to apply it from the outside, like out animation is an out animation, it will be applied to this. But we want to do it in the in or both, so we just want to apply it into the inside. So this one is good, but the problem that it doesn't look that good when it comes from the anchor point, which is in the middle. So what I would suggest that you bring down the anchor point to the bottom of those objects that you want to give them like popping animation. Also this sitting girl. We will play with the table manually if we like, and yeah, let's grow it up as well. Also the chair. Yeah. So quickly we will save this file. This here, AC. Simple. So now we will select this right girl, right boy, right girl, left girl, sitting girl, table. We will select this effect. Then we will apply in. Now we will simply drag them and put them in an order so that it looks as it's we want table first and then the sitting girl. Now if we play, you can see the animation is happening. We haven't created any keyframe, we haven't done any hard work, we have just selected the keyframe, we have selected the animation, and we applied simple click. So you can do multiple things. I'll show you my projects. Most of the animation is done with this tool itself. There are some scenarios where you have to create some custom animation. Apart from that, this tool you can do a lot of things when you don't have much of time on your hand. See, you can also drag this pointer to the right or left if you want a longer in animation or the quicker one. So now the animation will be a bit smoother, and now let's apply the same effect to the chair. We want chair to come up right after the table. Now we will select the whiteboard. It's okay if it pops up from the middle. So later we want the whiteboard. And then the clock. Now this is the bubble. Now what I like to do, instead of just giving it a pop animation, I would also like it to move according to the timeline. So I will give it turbulence displays will be good. So we will put 20 amount, size 200, which will give it a bit of a wobbly effect. Size is too low. Oh yeah, we have to animate the evolution. 100. Now it's too much. Cool. Now just the ground. Or we want the ground to come here first. Now, as you can see that this color is not visible in front of the bubbles, so it's very easy to change its color. You can go back to the Illustrator and change it to something that is more visible. Either to this and then save it. Now it changes here instantly. Now we will select it and we will change its anchor point to this point. Either you can do it with this plugin. Move this. You can do it like this, or you can do it manually by pressing Y or selecting this tool. You can change the anchor point wherever you would like. So I would like to put it here and again apply the same effect. And yeah, Now this is the same effect, and we have applied it to all of everything. Now this can work in the industry. People will love it. Now, what if you want to apply different effect to certain objects? So you can easily remove it by removing all presets, and then you can select something else, like ease from top or something like that. Of this rotation. See, table can fall from anywhere. Now, when it comes to the text, you can select the text. How do you? Now, just to animate it, you can go to the text, and this effect I like a lot. So you can simply, when the speech right after that, yeah. So you can get something like that very easily without any keyframe. Now, as you can see, it's a bit pixelated and all, because it's in the half resolution, and whenever you scale up the composition, let's take example, yeah, let's take example of this one, and we bring this one. So whenever we scale this composition, as it was in the as you can see, it's a bit pixelated. It was in the lower resolution comp, so you can simply do this, and inside the previous comp you can do select this option, which is vector layer continuously rasterization, so it becomes smoother. So yeah, as we are short of time, so I would have gone inside each and everything, but I'll just rush to the pre-comps. So in the pre-comps, you can see we have letter boxes, vignettes. You can apply it to any of your footage very easily, in and out and all. You can also change the duration like easily, in and out, drag and drop. Now it goes out. See, very easy. Now let me bring two footages. This one and this one. Bring down here. Actually not here. Here. Well, let's just create another comp. Simple. Now these are two videos. See. Now there are shape elements that you can use to create motion graphics and all. There is social media. It's like icon. You just simply have to apply it. This is a free one, so these things are limited, but there are enough things that we can use to create good things around. Also the lower thirds that you can use. Simple. And the best thing is this transition, that you can create these transitions very easily. See, this is the result. Also, you can get the preview here, so you can see how the transition will look. So you just have to apply the layer, and then it's done. Select the middle point. You can also increase and decrease the duration of the transition. So see, so you get transitions and the sound effects, so that you can apply to your footages, like into this comp, that we could apply these sound effects, so that it could. See, something like that. You can do this with this plugin. There are also few plugins that I would like to mention. You can, the free plugin is Do It Basil. This plugin, I will just ignore. I'll just give you an overview. Will not go much into it, but just give you, whenever you want to get into the character animation. So this tool is free. So you'll just have to, here we go, Basil. So this is used for character rigging, so that you can animate those characters easily. Let's not get into it, but it will be used to rig characters and animate them. Cool. So you can easily get the tutorial on the YouTube itself, and there's a rubber hose is similar. It is also used to animate rig characters and then animate it.
Ashish sir, I just want to interrupt here 1 minute. This is about Dewey plugin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I just would want to just tell my students here, see, with your LinkedIn learning IDs that you have, which is there, which the university has given you, there are some nice Duke plugin courses, as in, few hours courses is there for character animation with Duke plugin. You guys can try out that. It's you can, as sir has also told you, that Duke is free. You can download Duke plugin for free, and you can try out that entire video series. It is there with LinkedIn Learning. I hope all of you are there in LinkedIn Learning. Yes, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. All right. So just go ahead and check it out. I think you can do that. That will help you also, and probably what sir is telling you right now, you can use as a reference that this is what sir was talking about. Okay. And
Yeah.
Ashish sir, I think we are a little bit running short of time because we are already 15 as in 3:35.
Yeah, I'm
ठीक है
done.
तो आप थोड़ा सा you finish up, you wrap up the whole thing, and students also, in case you have we'll allow sir to finish first, and then we'll take up any questions if there are any. Yes sir, you can continue sir.
Yeah, cool. So all the links and projects files that we have done today will be shared to you by Rini herself. I'll send her the link, and yeah, it's pretty much done from my part. If you guys want to ask anything or if you have any doubt, let's hear them.
Yeah, students, any doubts, any questions you have? Guys, let me ask you one question. You've seen, how many plugins did you see today? How many plugins were taught today to you? Quickly, please.
3 to 4.
3 to 4. Sir, did you teach 3 to 4 plugins, sir? In 1 hour
No.
time, you've taught 3 to 4. Oh my God. Who was that? 3 to 4 bada bacha? No, dear. Anyone else would like to guess in case you just dozed off in between?
2 plugins more.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much, Aarti. Yes, 2 plugins. And what were they? Anybody?
Video
Element 3D.
Copilot and
Video Copilot is not a plugin, beta.
Element
Video
3D and Animation Composer.
Very good. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Vinay. And Raj, Video Copilot is the, like, what do you say, the company that is
Website
giving you
company.
this, your website, or the company that is giving you this,
okay.
these plugins. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Fine.
Okay, and guys, which one did you like the most? 3D, Element 3D, or Animation Composer?
Both.
Both. So both of them have their own plus points, है ना? So both of them, where you can use them. I think, like for me, I don't know, somehow I'm very much intrigued with 2D. That's why I really enjoyed the Animation Composer 3. So I think all of you can use this in your, you guys do so much of video editing and all that. So you guys can use it in, I cannot see Amog here. However, he had used that, even if Surya was here, they were doing that wow cars ka ad, na? So nicely you can use these plugins over there. I don't know if they have at all used this at all, but even now students who have not given their motion graphics assignment, they can again go ahead, try these out and resubmit if you want. Okay, so I hope all of you have enjoyed the session. Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
you got some additional information?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Helpful?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So so thank you. Then shall I wrap up the session, guys, in case you don't have any doubts? Do you have any other questions that you would want to ask, sir? Maybe not related to the plugins, but related to motion graphics industry or anything related to the job scenario for motion graphics. Anybody?
Ma'am, plugins we have to buy, right? They're not going to provide now in English.
Only
Sorry?
Element 3D is paid. Animation Composer and FX Console is free. Also the Doing Bezel, if you want to get into the character animation, which is mostly used whenever we are creating an explainer video or an ad where the 2D character is required. So Element 3D is paid. Animation Composer, Doing Bezel, all of these are free.
But I just have
We
one
can-
question here, Ashish. Like when they go into the industry, then they don't have to pay it, right? It is the company that will provide them with the softwares, right?
True. They don't even have to buy the Adobe software. So everything
Yeah,
will be
obviously.
provided by the company.
So
And
you
nowadays,
don't have to worry.
as we
go
are
ahead.
working from home, so even they will be provided a system or a laptop, whatever they prefer. So
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that in case you do not have it. So suppose in case you are thinking that, okay, you're good in motion graphics and you want to get into the industry. So probably you just have another 1 month, not even a 1 month. Yeah. Okay, fine. With the exams, 1 month, 1.5 months more to go before you enter into the next semester, which is going to be semester 5, and which will be more on, the last year of your BSc program, and you would want to, get into some industry or get into some careeristic line or something. Choose your path. So in case you get any freelance option, or nowadays there's so much work from home which is being given by these small companies, and if you all want to take it up, then you can might as well demand it from the company that, Baba, you have to give me this particular plugin, for me to work on this, right? And I guess they would willfully do it. So no
Yeah.
worries on that.
Yeah. Also, if you want the Element 3D plugin, I can suggest you the route where you can download it for free. You just have to ping me up.
Yeah. So I'll share you sir's number also probably after the end of the session. And in case anybody has any queries on any of the on motion graphics, anything related to motion graphics, because he is a motion graphics expert. So anybody has any queries with motion graphics, probably you can contact sir at any point of time. If you want to share your work with sir and get some suggestions from him from the professional point of view, probably that will also he will be most welcome to help you.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time, sir. And thank you, students, for joining. I am going to share one feedback link on the WhatsApp group. Kindly fill that up immediately. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much for your time. And with your permission, I will share your number with the students who are interested. Can ping me for sir's number. And sir, with your permission, can I share your number with the students, sir?
Sure. I'll be more than happy to help.
Great. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. We'll end the session here. Vidya?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Ashish, for the time and effort you have put in for this webinar. And thank you, Rini, for hosting it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for finding out a good person for us. And thank you for arranging all this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It has been a pleasure.